possible.
Hello, everyone. Look who I have with me today.
It's me.
Oh my goodness, so excited to have Suzanne, and a big shout out to so many of you who are watching live from our galas event out at the hotel right now.
I was just over there. Yep, just over there.
Aren't they having a blast?
I think they are.
I hope so. I hope so. Big shout out to all of them who are here in town visiting us from all over the country. And whether you're visiting us live and in person or you're at home, we're so glad that you're all here. Welcome to Three Things Live. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome to Three Things Live. I'm Kris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and I'm so excited to be with you on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. And I'm really excited because Cheri and Suzanne are both joining me today. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Kris.
All right, both of you have been busy over at the hotel today. Give me a rundown of what's happening over there.
They crazy there.
They crazy? They crazy? Are they crazy?
They having crazy amounts of fun.
That's awesome. It makes you a little envious that you just want to like sew with them. Yeah, I know. But they're getting lots of projects done.
They are.
From what I understand.
They are. We have a little thing that they're putting like stars on a board, and it's filling up. It's so cool to see. So good job.
Yeah, good job.
The completion constellation.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that. I love that. And I love your sweatshirt. You've got to tell everyone about it.
So this is when you come to galas that you get it's really cool because it's not a hoodie. We keep calling it a hoodie, but there's no hood involved. So it's just a pocketed crew neck sweatshirt.
The most important part is the pocket.
The pocket.
Yes,
right?
the pocket. And then it's so cute because it says, a bed without a quilt is like a sky without the stars. And
that's a great
isn't
quote.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
And so then it says, Quilt Star, real big. So everyone knows that you are a quilt star.
I love that. And you know, we do have just a few guests with us
we do.
in the studio as well.
Do.
So they came over from galas, a couple of very excited and brave souls. Glad to have them both with us. And one being from Utah right here in our own backyard, and one being from California. So we've got friends from all over the country.
We do.
I think that's what makes it so fun. In fact, yesterday I was, giving a little welcome and asked how many people had actually met the friends that they're with through my girlfriend's quilt shop. And there were several that had been here in years past. Events, and we're able to meet each other that way, and that's how these two met as well, was through the first tug. So I think it's pretty exciting to see, these relationships form. Don't you sometimes feel like a matchmaker?
We got the perfect match for you.
Yes, we do.
Swipe left or swipe right.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, so much fun. And it's not too late if they want to join later on this year, because we have 4 more galas events, right, Cheri?
I think June. There's just openings in June. I think we ended up filling the August and September. But watch, because every once in a while we'll have someone cancel.
Yeah.
And so some of those spots will come open. But
yeah,
for sure watch that, because we're
All
excited.
Right. Good. And Linda's excited because she said Suzanne is in the house. And we always know that there's like fun fabrics that we're going to be talking about today.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a fun little thing.
When you're around. So.
And it's a fast little project, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I saw them and they are adorable. So cannot wait. So we are talking today about hot pads. Now, I know it's a very exciting topic. I know, but
It's going to be an hour and 30-minute show just because it's so riveting.
exactly. But I got to tell you, before there was the hot pad, I would say there was a whole lot of courage and maybe an apron that helped
that
you to
pulled that
pull
out
it out, right? Because hot pads weren't necessarily made as a product per se, but it was more as a necessity, if you will, to, be able to, take care of a problem, right?
Yes.
Well, and I'm thinking about some hot pads I've seen, and I'm going to say some of them probably had scorch marks and holes, and
yeah.
because of the problem that you're
That it was
dealing with,
solving?
you're dealing with a fire.
Yeah.
That you're heating stuff up on, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Well, I thought it might be kind of fun for theme number 1 today to go through a little bit of history of the hot pad. And yes, there is history in everything that we do, right? I know, crazy. So let's take a look at, going back over time a little bit. So the earliest that I could find about the history of hot pads was back in the 1800s. And really, like I said, it wasn't necessarily a hot pad per se. It was more of they were grabbing their aprons and using, their aprons to pull up and pull something out. And they were also using folded cloth. Maybe just scraps of fabric might be something.
Just my big prairie dress.
Yeah, the prairie dress, exactly. And I've got a feeling that a lot of people do the same now, right? I pull out that apron oftentimes because it's
definitely.
just too much of a hassle to get something else out. But that's kind of how it started, like I said. But then after this time period was more of the rise of the domestic craft, they call it. And so that's where we see some of these earlier versions of hot pads that were, we basically had quilt squares. Okay, so, in fact, I would probably say this was probably the original scrap buster, if you will. When we look at this next picture here, and you're seeing, okay, let's just put together some pieces here, right? So the original scrap buster, I think, of history would be here. It's kind of where function meets skill, right?
Yeah, let me ask you this. Do you
Okay.
think that they put all those scraps together simply because they wanted something cute in their kitchen, or just because it was,
Because
I mean,
it's
it
what
would-
they had?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of both.
I think that, I
But
would want it cute,
this,
you know?
I would want cute.
Yeah.
I think we've all had that wanting of cuteness, no matter, the span of time, right?
Make the house a home.
Exactly, the house at home. And then you go a little bit later into, the early 1900s, and this is where the pot holder becomes a thing, if you will. It becomes a thing. So we're crocheting hot pads, and I loved this. When I saw this picture, I was like, okay, who remembers the loom? The loom.
yes.
This was like this. Abby is raising her hand behind
one.
the
Still have
the
one.
TVs here. You still have one?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It
You
was
can still get 'em.
the woven pot holder on those looms, and even us kids, we were making them, right? And they were woven into heat resistant. Look at this. Does this bring back all the memories?
It does.
So cute.
Is that taken from one you made?
Yeah. I wish I still had the ones. I remember my kids even making them.
Yeah.
And they still have those out, out and about. And then, hot pads became more decorative, and they were coordinating with the 1950s theme, like we saw earlier with some of those cute prints, from I would say like the 50s and so forth. But now I think we're totally about creative expression, and now we've got the fruit shapes, we've got the applique, we have the embroidery, the designer fabrics. And I think one of the reasons why we love them is because they're just so quick and they're giftable. And honestly, I think they're a little addictive. So
Well, and they're also, they go bad.
it,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you get that casserole dish out, and
Yeah.
it's kind of bubbles over, and now it'll clean up, but it kind
Yeah.
of changes it. So it's because it's used so much.
okay, but be honest. Some of those, the last ones that we saw, Would you ever use those? Like really use them, or are they more decoration?
The
Okay.
crocheted ones?
No, the watermelon at the end where we're
No,
you know,
I don't want any
appliquing and
food
all
on
that.
it.
You don't want anything on it, right?
It's there for prettiness. You know?
It is there for prettiness, but what about when you're grabbing that casserole?
I've got the ugly, dirty ones.
Yeah,
you
don't
know.
touch the cute ones.
Touch
Okay?
the cute ones.
No, no touchy.
But then don't you find that there's a time when you're like, okay, yeah, you can use that one because I've got a new one.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, there you go.
So
There
it
you
kind of
go.
gets, there's a pecking order to your hot pads.
A pecking order. You know what? I've never thought of it that way, but I'm kind of here for it. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, you go down the bottom of the totem pole,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because now I've got a new one. So now I can use my watermelon one because I've got a new one.
I got a new one.
Or I've got this seasonal one, and so
That's
this
right.
one kind of
You
goes
know,
by.
I think if you've been with us for a while, you remember that every year we would come, or every month, this was a couple years ago, where we had kitchen sets. And it was so popular because, and everyone loved to do the tea towels, but they loved the matching hot pad that went with it. And they're just cute.
They are
And
really
They're
cute.
really
And they can be functional if you decide to let it be functional, right?
5 years, 4 years. What's your span there?
I think it depends on
span?
how much you cook.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Mine'll last 20 years.
You've got a very valid point, Suzanne. I like that a lot. All right. Well, you know, we've done some really cute hot pads over the years here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and today is no exception. I'm so excited because we're going to show you our brand new fruity hot pads, and there's not just one, not two, but 3 fruity hot pads, and they are so simple to make. And Suzanne is going to take us step by step on how to do that in just a moment. We'll be right back.
You have never failed me.
Oh, good. Well, I hope
You
I
do
don't
good
fail you
voice.
on this one. We are continuing our celebration of our country's 250th birthday on Three Things
We
Live.
really do truly honor and love you.
We introduced the new Star Spangled right side up banister quilt, beautiful home decor, including table runners, a pillow, and something new for the golfers in your life. I love it. Oh my goodness.
We show you how to make custom luggage tags so you can pack your bags and go see this amazing country that we live in.
Listen, we are getting close to the end of the Three Things season, so now is the time to catch up on everything here on Three Things Live. Or better yet, watch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain or 3 p.m. Eastern.
What are you waiting for? Click the links below to discover all the fun you've been missing.
Remember that Three Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go.
And don't ever let fear stop you from learning a new skill.
What if one small quilt block could help create one amazing quilt? As we celebrate America's 250th this year, we're inviting you to be a part of something bigger than all of us. Stitch Your Story America. We've invited creators from all over the country to create a 6.5-inch unfinished quilt block in all reds or whites, however you want. It could be pieced, applique, embroidered, painted, doesn't matter. Add your name, where you're from, and what freedom, home, or hope means to you. We'll bring it together into one incredible community quilt, stitched from stories across America. Your block matters, your story matters. Find out all the details at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. All right, welcome back everyone to Three Things Live. I'm Kris.
I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Cheri.
And we're here at the sewing table to talk about these fruity hot pads, and they are so cute. All right, Suzanne, let's take a
darling.
look and show off all
Let's
3 of them, shall we?
Let's have a peek at them all.
Okay,
There's all
let's
3 of
do
them
it.
right there. I'll move my
Let's-
stuff out of the way.
And we're going to turn them upside down this way. So there we go.
How's that?
There
Can you
we
see
go.
those
That's
okay?
a little bit better.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about these, Suzanne.
They're just so fast, so easy.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, you can quilt them as much as this if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what? Mine, I barely quilted. I just quilted right down that center. and then a little bit on the leaf. That's
You
all
know
I
what?
did.
That works.
Yeah, because honestly, as long as you've got your insole bright in there, which is something
Yeah.
we're going to put in,
Okay.
and some batting, you're going to have enough thickness that you can pull something out of the oven with
Right.
these. If you care to get them dirty.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're so quick that you
Yes.
could get them dirty.
Yes.
Are you
because-
telling us to make 17 so that we
Yes,
have...
of
could
course.
make-
I
Okay.
think 17 is an appropriate number.
Okay, all right.
So-
And these are all done on the sewing machine, correct?
Exactly,
And so
exactly.
you're going to take us through the strawberry
I
as an
am.
example today.
Right.
And to point out a few of the places where we might have a little hiccup, but
Right.
we won't because we've got you
You won't have a hiccup.
to help us through, right?
Well,
okay.
I mean, honestly, they were so simple. I didn't even hardly have to do anything.
Wow. Okay. All right. Show us what
All
we're
right.
talking about
Okay,
here.
so on the pattern, which is oh my gosh, the pattern is so easy, so simple and helpful.
Okay.
I'm just going to start right here on the strawberry page, right there. If you can see that, okay. Okay, okay. So we've got the cutting instructions right here. Everything is marked. That is something I encourage everybody to do all the time.
What's that?
Mark everything.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
I mean, I'll put a sticker on everything.
Yeah,
just so I know
absolutely.
what's what.
Absolutely.
So I've gone ahead and sewn together a little bit of the strawberry already. And you can see right here, I'll just go ahead and move my whole design board over.
Okay.
You can see I've got everything marked right there.
You do. Hey, that's a good idea to use those little circle stickers
I
there.
do. I buy them by the gross.
Yeah,
So I do.
that's a good idea.
The other nice thing about them is that I use them again.
Yeah.
I just stick them on the side of my sewing machine, and then the next thing I'm cutting, I use that. So
Great.
we've got this. This is all the pieces for this side. This is ready as well. And then Cheri, I'm going to have you stitch this together too, because this is going to make the base for our strawberry.
Okay,
as
so
you
we're
can see right
basically
here.
piecing a base together.
Correct.
And then that green looks like it's an applique over top.
It is.
Okay.
It is. And we'll
Okay.
get right to that in just a second. So Cheri, if I
Okay.
can have you stick those together, stitch those together for me. And then we'll sew those right in between these as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the stickers off,
Okay.
just because sometimes I've sewn over them. Not often. These are right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about the applique. Most of you have probably done fusible applique.
Sure.
It's very easy, and the kit comes with the piece that you need. Are we selling these as separate kits? I don't remember if we're doing them as all
I
separate.
think they're all one.
Okay.
Yes.
It's,
They're all in
and you'll
one.
get enough of everything for it. So
Okay.
if you want to go ahead and put this on this side right here, so you're going to
So-
put that just like that.
What you've done already, Suzanne, is you have created the patchwork, and now we're just adding the stripes.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm just putting these on just right on the edge. And this may not be exactly the same size, but don't worry, because this is just preparing to get to the shape of the strawberry,
It's
okay?
just our foundation.
It's your foundation.
Okay.
And I wanted it to be at least
So
a
you don't
10.
have to have perfect points and
You
matchy
do
matchy and
not.
all of that.
You
It's
do
permission to
not.
break the rules,
I
guys.
love that. Love it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love. There's no half square triangles, no flying geese, which are things I, put in everything.
normally
I was gonna
love,
say,
which
wait,
I normally
what?
love.
Yeah. So this is kind of different for
Yeah,
you
for
to be
me.
sewing out, right?
And then we'll sew that one on the bottom half too, Cheri. So while you're doing that, I will go over this little portion right here. In the
Okay.
pattern, you've got your strawberry leaf. We've given this to you. So you've got all of that right there. And then you're going to draw this on the dull side.
Yeah.
Not the sticky side.
It's like it's more of the paper side,
Correct.
if you will.
And you're going to trace that. I, of course, used my light board. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't bring that with me, but
Sure.
it just helps me. Another little thing, I don't know if everybody else knows this. What did they say? I was today years old when I
Uh-huh.
figured this out.
Ooh, tell us, what is it?
As I'm drawing this out, so I've got it, say I've got it on top of the pattern here.
Uh-huh.
And so I try to make a nice smooth line, with my pencil like that.
Sure.
If you just do little teeny tiny picks at it, it works out so much better. Seriously.
Wow, okay.
I know that sounds
Okay.
weird, but
No,
if you're just tracing along,
Okay.
it really does make a difference. I learned that from a little art class thing that I was
Interesting.
following.
So if you struggle with doing a full solid line at one
Yes.
time,
Uh-huh.
just do small
Do little small strokes.
strokes. I love that.
I
Okay.
love that too. That's a great.
That may
Great
not
tip.
have been something new to anybody else, but it was new to me. So
I guess
and
I've
then-
never really thought about that.
I-
But it's good.
so
It's a good
I'll
thing
just-
to
yeah,
remind
I think it's
ourselves.
great.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got this drawn on here. Put it on the wrong side of your fabric, but since we're working with solids,
Uh-huh.
you're not going to have much trouble. You can just pick whichever.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
And then Cheri, I'm going to pass that on to you. She's doing all of our legwork
Okay.
today.
Nice job, Cheri.
Press that for us.
You guys are getting a manicure, pedicure over
I'm
there.
waiting for that. I'm waiting
Just
for
slaving
that.
Yes,
away,
yes, here we go.
getting all of this done.
Oh, no, we won't do that to you.
All right.
In
so
the
how?
meantime,
There's that back.
oh, that's
Okay.
beautiful. Look how pretty that turned out.
That did look
Look how
really
cute.
nice. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put this, oh wait, yes. Oh, it goes this way, yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and layer this up, but I want an idea of where this is going to lay.
Okay.
So I'm going to just put this like right up there, so I know it's going to be all right. We've got to cut this out.
Here, I'll go ahead and do that for
We'll
you.
make you do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
I'm glad I'm
accused
not
of
the
being
only
lazy.
one doing all the work here.
And then we've also got to get together the important part of the hot pad, which keeps you from being burned. So we've got the back, and then we've got this batting here. It's called Insulbrite. And if you look at it, you can see it's got a little bit of metallic, reflective, almost like foil
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
And that is heat resistant, so you're going to put that in. I put it on the bottom so it's closest to the part that's going to be by my hand. I don't think it matters if you put it on the top or the bottom. So,
Okay.
and then I'm going to put a layer of batting on top of that as well. So I've got my back, my Insulbrite, and a layer of batting for insulation. And then we're going to lay this right on top like that.
Okay.
Of course, you can lay it any way you want. And then this is going to go.
So are you going
Somewhere
to
right there.
quilt this before you add the applique?
Yes,
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
And again, you don't really even need to quilt it at all because it's
Okay.
going to be held down so well with your binding.
Okay.
So we've also got a little template for you for the strawberry shape. I'm going to put that on. In fact, I think, how did I do that? Oh, I cut it first. I cut around this first,
Uh-huh.
and then I fused that on. But when I sewed this down on mine, I just did a triple stitch all the way around, and that was my quilting.
Oh, I love
So-
that.
And
Yeah.
then I didn't have to, and then I could shape it up better.
Okay.
So if you think you're brave enough to watch me do this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just
Oh
going to hold
boy,
it.
she should never lead with that, should she?
Yeah. Right.
I'm just going to go ahead and cut around this. Oh, did I put my rotating mat? Oh yes, there it is.
We're going to grab the rotating mat here because I think that would be very, very
That'd be
helpful.
So much more helpful. So.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go. You can pin this down if you want. I'm going to go ahead and just cut
You're
it
going
with
to live
my.
on the edge?
I am. I'm going to cut it
Okay.
with my nice sharp rotary cutter,
All right.
and then go from there. I hope I've got that under there enough.
And let's rotate the mat for you.
All right.
Here we go. Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut off across.
So Vicki asked if we're making a large pot holder. They're all the same size.
They're all the same
They're all
size.
the same,
They're
yeah.
about 9 inches.
Okay.
Is
Yes.
kind of the.
So I'm just going to keep cutting, little portions at a time.
That is a good question. Like if you felt like you wanted one that was more for your casserole dish or something like that, you
Right.
could definitely make the
You
pattern
could
a
go
little
bigger.
bit bigger.
Sure.
So-
Just
and-
increase the size.
Yep. If you have a copy machine, it makes
Yeah.
it easy.
All right, I'm a little off right there, but we'll trim it later.
You know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, nobody knows what the exact shape of
Yeah,
a strawberry
no,
is.
it's going to be fine.
Right?
What?
I'm serious.
I know you always find the perfect
So-
strawberry, and then there's like all these.
and then all the wonky
all the
ones.
wonky ones.
Fine.
You can have a wonky strawberry,
So now
guys.
we've got
I'm all for that.
our cute little wonky strawberry.
Yes.
Then we have to fuse this on.
I love how this pieced look
I
comes
love the
together.
weave of it.
Yeah.
Now we've got also the lemon and the peach that have some piecing to them as well.
Okay.
Okay. Why did my fingers do that?
Oh, you know what? Let me. let me share with you a tip.
Okay, this is a new tip.
Let's grab a straight pin.
Do we have a
We
straight
have a
pin in
straight
there?
pin right here.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just score it like that.
Oh, see,
And then
I've
you
never done that.
There we go. Just do a
What?
quick score.
Okay, that's 2 new tips for me
Two new
today.
tips.
Hey, was that worth the price of admission today or what? There we go.
Because I know it was pretty free 99, wasn't it?
That's exactly.
All right, Cheri, you go ahead and fuse that on for us. Okay, I've got it. I'm putting you back to
I
work.
thought she was having me do all the sewing. I was like, I confused that completely.
Well, we probably won't take the time to triple stitch it down. but-
When you say triple stitch, let's
yeah.
explain that to everyone.
Okay, so on your sewing machine, there is a little stitch. It looks like 3 little lines. On mine, it looks like 3
Yeah.
little lines. And so I use that to hold my fusible applique down. So it would go stitch, 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 stitch. So it's a nice thick line.
Yeah.
So I don't have my hot pads here. They're the ones I used, but anyway, I used that, and it's nice and thick. It doesn't, and nothing's going to lift off.
Right.
So you can, if you'd like, put a stitch right down here as well.
Yes.
And then now you've got everything together. Let's just pretend that this has already been appliqued on.
Okay.
Been sewn down,
Okay. We're going to pretend. Yes.
So you've got your nice little triple stitch there.
Okay.
And now we have to make ourselves a little thing to hang it.
Oh,
a little
right, of course,
tab.
right.
So this will be folded down the middle first, fold this way, and together. And then you
Okay.
just stitch it right down there. And I'm going to let you stitch that one.
Okay. So she's just going to top stitch this.
Yeah,
and
just a quick
if
top
I
stitch.
were doing it at home, I would probably make sure that I had a green thread in
Yes,
there, right?
yes, I
just
did.
so that the white wouldn't stand out.
It looks better.
Okay. And then you have bound this, correct?
Correct.
And
yeah.
so, actually, Cheri, you're going to take us
Yeah.
through
Yes.
the binding on this here pretty soon.
I'll show you
Because
really quick.
it's scary.
Is it?
Yeah.
So scary.
It's so
No.
scary.
scary.
Because it's a circle. I've done circles with you guys before.
Yes, you have. Yes,
This, okay, so let's grab these 2 hot
remember
pads.
that. Yeah.
These are both circles, and
Okay.
honestly, I learned a new skill when I first made my first hot pad because making the bias binding is fantastic. It just snugs right up
Right.
to your hot pad. It's
Yeah.
so awesome. So as you're sewing it on, like I prefer to start on the back. I sew it to the back first.
Oh,
And so I
okay.
stitch it around, I pull it over, and it just like hugs it. It's just like, you know, you
That's
barely
why
even
we
need to sew
love
it down.
cutting on the bias.
But-
is
So
because
she's
it adds
Team
that
Cheri,
stretch.
just in case you were
Yeah.
wondering.
Right, I know.
You sew from the front.
I sew from the front,
Okay.
and yeah.
This is how you're going to put.
It's 2 to 1 today.
It's fine.
Nobody's counting, but it's
ganging
2
up
to
on me.
1.
Sorry, but I definitely do prefer to start on
Yeah.
the back on most every quilt I do.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So the way you're going to get this hooked on there, and Cheri, I don't know if you're going to do any of this in your part, but this is all I did. Just put it right there on the back. Stitch. I just put a little teeny tiny stitch close to 1/8 of an inch away.
Sure.
And
just to kind
just
of
to
hold,
hold
it
it
in place.
down.
Right,
Then you
right.
start your binding around, and you'll cut your binding from the fat quarter of red. And to get that bias, that one that you taught was awesome about doing bias binding.
Yeah.
You're going to cut out of your the pattern. It shows you in the diagram how to cut it. We've got your back down here and this big center part of the berry right up here. But then you've got to get bias out of this. So I just
Oh.
took mine and folded it straight to there.
Yeah.
And then I folded it one more time just
That's
so
a great way to
I
use your
could do
extra
that.
fabric.
Yes. And you can get a lot out of this. You really
can.
only need 2 strips. This is wide enough right here. It's about 5 inches, so you need 2.5. But if you feel like it's not quite wide enough, you can just start cutting right down here bias
Sure,
binding. You know,
sure.
you could fold that up right there. You
Just
get
as long
lots.
as it's on that diagonal
Yep.
bias, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
you're going to need that stretch.
Yeah, that's
which
what's
it
going
will
to give you
do.
the most stretch.
Make
Yep.
it curl around. So I think that's really all there is to this strawberry.
Wow.
And of all 3 of them,
It's
it
simple.
really is the hardest one of the 3, simply
Really?
because you've got that much piecing in the top.
Wow. This looks really simple.
It's so easy.
And again, these would make such great gifts.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yes.
I don't think when I put my lemon together, I don't think it took me more than 20 minutes.
Wow.
One thing I did want to show you, I just thought about that.
Yeah.
If you look at this cute little leaf right here, it's just stitched down right there along the edge of the lemon.
Yes.
And it's kind of 3D. I'll show you what I did to get a nice little zigzag on mine.
Okay.
Which you guys probably all know already. But I did not use these. I did not use my
Did not
pinking
use the
shears.
pinking shears? Okay.
And the one thing I forgot today was my zigzag or pinking rotary blade.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, they have
So
those too.
It's worth investing in one. I promise you. So once you get that sewn together, you'll fuse this on. Well, no. Did I fuse mine? No, I used wax paper.
Let's go ahead and take that clip off.
Okay.
Yes.
I used freezer paper, not wax paper.
Okay.
I just put my freezer paper on here, traced it, and then
Let's explain to everyone who might not be familiar with how freezer paper works with
Okay.
applique. Why freezer paper? Now, we're talking freezer paper. This is the stuff you would find at the grocery store, okay, in the meat section, right?
Exactly.
Or by the Ziploc bags. Go ahead and share with them why freezer paper.
So yesterday you guys talked a little bit about applique, and freezer paper applique is a pretty good. Well, she's handy. It's right there.
Wow, just out of nowhere, that just arrived.
Magic.
Amazing. Okay, freezer paper, folks, right here.
So you can trace your design right onto the paper side of the freezer paper, not the shiny wax side.
Right.
Because this side is you're going to just gently, you'll cut it out loosely, however you want to. You could cut exactly, excuse me, and then iron this onto your fabric. It'll stick just lightly. It's not going to adhere like fusible.
Right.
And then when you get your shapes cut out, you can just peel that baby right off. And you can use these 3 or 4 or 5,
Yeah.
6, 8 times.
Yeah, you really
I mean,
can.
you're going to have to
You
make
can.
17 hot pads.
That's right. You better
You
do it,
might
right?
have to trace that 3
Exactly.
times.
Yeah.
But I did try to iron it onto my batting. That didn't work very well, so I just layered the fabric and the batting together and cut it that way.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then, again, I did the triple stitch around the leaf. If you can see right there, I did it in a dark green.
Again, we're looking at a raw edge applique.
And then I just used my pinking blade of my rotary cutter and just cut all the way around the shape rather than, cut it out first.
That really added a cute trim to it, for sure.
I do really like that. So.
For sure. Well, let's show them one more time the peach and the lemon, too,
Okay, here's
because
the peach
these are just
right here.
absolutely adorable.
And the lemon both.
Right.
So, yeah, they are so darling.
And you could even, you could take some of this, the same templates, and you could make it into a pumpkin or
Yeah,
an
that's
apple
true.
or something else. Like you can just play with these shapes,
The
right?
apple would
You
be so
could.
simple to do. You just do it just like this peach.
Right.
And just red. And of course, there's your pit.
There's your
seed, whatever.
Your seeds, yeah. So that would be adorable too.
Yeah. The only one with the weird shape was the strawberry, so that's why
Okay.
we chose it today.
Well, I love it.
yeah.
I think, and the fabrics are absolutely darling.
They are very
And we
cute.
have these kitted.
We do.
So, Cheri, how can they find this?
They can find this by going to our website and looking in featured on 3 Things at
3 Things,
Things Live. Wow, take me back
Take you
about
back.
3 years.
It's history.
I was busy making my 17 hot pads.
I love that. Yeah, this is so fun. And the pattern is also available on our website as well.
And it's
So,
not just one pattern. It's all 3.
It's all 3.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. All 3. Okay, this is the perfect start to summer,
Yes,
I
it
think.
is.
And it's going to look adorable in your kitchen.
Great gifts.
Yeah,
Great gifts.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Suzanne.
Of course.
Those were some really great tips to share with all of us. And I'm excited to get making these. These are fun.
They are fun.
I have,
very
if
fun.
I take this, I have 16 more to go.
She's making a collection now. She's like,
goes
there's
way
one
too.
that's finished,
Yeah,
one that's
exactly.
part way. What else can I get today?
Exactly.
I see why you needed 17.
Just saying, right? All right, friends. Well, we hope you're inspired by today's demo. That was wonderful, Suzanne. Thank
Sure,
you.
thank you.
And stick around with us for theme number 3 because Cheri is going to take us along that very scary journey. Very, very scary journey. How do we bind these objects that are sometimes a little odd, if you will? So we'll go ahead and take a look at that in just a moment. So what are some of the things that have helped you in getting more precise cutting,
Yes,
Jackie?
it leads to accurate seams and perfect things. It prevents errors. I mean, once you make an error and you're always backtracking and trying to fix that error.
Yes,
so
you are.
fabric preparation, which I think is another thing that's really important, that we prepare our fabric ready for cutting.
Sure.
As it's rolled on, it's not rolled on perfectly, squaring up the fabric. Now you take 2 rulers, so then I will slide it over as close as I can. I will take my other one. This is where I will line it up on the fold. So I know my fold is straight here.
Yes.
I'm gonna butt this ruler right up against here. So then I know that I'm gonna have a good square to go off. I
I have
remove.
never done this.
Have you?
Yeah.
Welcome to Galas, the ultimate 3.5-day creative retreat from my girlfriend's quilt shop. Come stitch, learn, and connect under the stars with hours of open sew time just for you. Each day brings inspiring demonstrations, new ideas, and techniques to spark your next masterpiece. Plus, you'll be able to rub shoulders with our seasoned sewing veterans that you know and love. Work on your own projects, share stories with fellow makers, and create memories that last long after the final stitch. Enjoy exclusive gifts, fun surprises, and a creative community that feels like family. Join us at Galas in beautiful Logan, Utah. 3 days, your projects, endless inspiration, where creativity shines bright. To learn more, click the link below or go to mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com and sign up today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Okay, my friend, you are going to share the discovery that adding binding on a circle is actually not that scary,
It's
right?
really not.
It's not.
It's not.
So why do we get hung up over it?
I think because it's different.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, like
Right.
I think anytime you get one of those different shapes, you're like, I don't know how to do this. This is not my comfort. So, but it's really not that hard.
Okay.
So,
Well, tell us what you got here.
So Suzanne showed you how to cut it on the bias. So you want to do about a 45. If you're at a 50, you're going to be okay. If you're at a 30, you're going to
calling the
be
quilt
okay.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
talking
Calling
like
the quilt
30
police.
degrees.
Yeah, 30 degrees. So,
Okay, 50
and you can
degrees,
either
yeah.
line that up on your quilt, your cutting mat, or with your ruler.
Okay.
I use both depending on how big I'm going. So
Okay.
you're roughly 45. Do not stress about that.
Okay, that's good to remember.
Okay, and so we all know now that the correct way is to sew this on the back first and roll to the front.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I don't want to see my stitching on the front.
But look,
I know, that does look very, very nice.
you just have to do a good job with it.
You do. You do. That's probably
Someone's
why.
throwing some shade, and it might be me.
Typical.
It is. So we kind of did this in parts so we can see everything that's going on with this because we didn't want to do the whole thing, but we wanted to show you kind of where we get. So I started right here on the back, sewing to the front, and I started on the straight part because I'm like, okay, let me get comfortable here because, you know, we do want to do that first.
Okay.
So when you sew this, it's going to go just right on the edge, and you're going to either pin and clip a lot of it,
Okay.
or you can go, once you're comfortable with it, you don't have to,
Okay.
because it's gonna be okay.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, this is your bias binding, and if you look at this, I'm going to show you this longer piece here. Look at this stretch.
I love bias.
Can you see
for
how
this
much that
reason.
stretches?
Yep.
Okay, this is a piece that's been cut on the straight grain. Look at how much stretch.
Not as much as that first one.
No.
Yeah.
Like almost none. So
Okay.
that's the difference, is that stretch is what's going to make it curl. So I'm going to start with about a 2 to 3 inch tail. This one is a little bit longer because it's got that fold in there. Now, if you are unsure on how to end this, don't worry. The trick part is to take this and to just make a little triangle. So if we go like this, bring it up here and make that.
I actually do prefer this method in particular when I'm doing hot pads. For the reason being is that we don't have a lot of room to work with.
We
right?
don't. We
so
don't.
when we have smaller projects, I don't think there's anything wrong with going this pocket method.
No,
of
and it
joining.
really is not that hard. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to open it up. You're going to take this end seam here and put it into your seam.
Okay.
So like that.
Just the
and
edge
then,
of
yeah,
that.
just the edge of that, and then it will basically form this little triangle like that.
So we have a little pocket.
Yeah.
So see right there? That's where that last piece is going to go fall right into there.
And it gives you a nice finished edge,
It does
too.
give you a nice
Yeah.
finished edge. And if you're, like, a lot of times with this one, I will start at the top. I'll open it all up, start and sew down here to
Sure.
about there.
Right.
And then I will fold it over and start doing my binding just like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love that.
That's one way you can do it.
Okay.
We can also join the edges.
We could.
Which I know is a whole nother scary thing. Right?
Yeah,
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people,
It's-
yeah.
And sometimes on these smaller projects, it's a little
Exactly.
bit tricky. Okay, so we've got that done, and then you're just gonna sew it all the way around. So if we come over
Okay.
here, we can see down to this point, we just keep sewing. And we keep that raw edge lined up on the edge of our hot pad. So when we get over here, we're just gonna keep sewing, sewing, sewing all the way. Like I said, if you're worried, pin, 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 or clip, 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 whichever one
Yeah.
you prefer, and it will go all the way
I think
around
just
there.
taking it slow when you're
Yes.
going around those curves
Yeah.
is important. But think of it this way. With curves, you don't have to worry about mitered corners.
Yes,
Right?
that is true. That is true.
I would actually venture to say that probably sewing on curves is a little bit, not a real deep curve like that, but a little bit easier probably than sewing straight binding.
Well, and with the bias, it's a little bit more forgiving,
Exactly.
I think,
Yes.
because you're able to stretch that.
Right.
So I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
So what happens if I'm sewing along and I get here and I got this kind of thing going on?
A little pucker?
A little pucker.
That's when you cry.
Okay.
No.
And
no,
then,
no, no,
and
no.
then what do you do after you're done crying?
And then you rip it out.
You could rip
What
it
would
out.
you do?
Well, if I'm still sewing, like if I'm just sewing to right here, and
Uh-huh.
now like I've pinned this, and that's why I said sometimes when you've pinned it, you may not get all of the stretch in it.
Right.
So you may need to take this pin out and
Okay.
just like
Yeah.
give it a little
Kinda
little-
ease it a little
ease
bit
it
more.
a little bit
Okay,
more.
okay.
And so that's what you're kind of looking for. If you've pinned it and you're like, I am getting all these puckers.
Yeah.
It's not quite tight enough
Sure.
as you're going. So
Okay.
watch for that.
Okay.
So that's your
Good
biggest,
warning.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't be worried about that.
Yeah.
And what
Yep.
is what you're saying.
Okay. So when I get to this point and I want to join my ends,
Okay.
what do I do?
Well,
Cry?
with this method,
Cry? We're gonna cry
answer to
twice in one
everything.
show.
Everything, yes. Well, it depends on how you're finishing it.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to finish it in the pocket method, then you just need to trim it just a little bit beyond the opening.
Yes, and just tuck it.
And tuck
so
it
that
in.
makes it really easy.
Yeah.
But if you want to join the ends, you're going to,
Yes.
I cut off a little piece of this.
Yep.
And you want your overlap of these two pieces to be this same width.
Exactly.
So it's kind of your little cheat sheet here that I have a straight edge there. I have my straight edge here.
And
so I can line those up.
You're measuring this from where the two meet.
Yes. Yes. So from right here to right here. So this is how you girl math this.
Okay.
Rather than measuring it.
I
and
love
everything.
that. That's a great tip.
Okay. So then we're just going to take it here and cut it.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to open this pocket. So we're going to put our hand in and open that pocket, open this pocket like that, and then they are going to go together. So like this and on top of this.
This is why, with smaller projects like this, sometimes this can get a little just fidgety, right?
It is.
And so that's why some people really prefer doing, just tucking it into the pocket and calling it good. But it doesn't mean that this is not doable.
No.
So I
And
think
both
the
are
key
acceptable.
Absolutely. I think the key is what you're doing right now, and
That is
with pinning it.
up.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm going to pin this. We're going to pin this up here. And we may even,
Yeah.
we may even rip some of this.
You want to get this as straight and even as possible.
Yes.
On here. And sometimes I will do that. I'll notice that, oh, you know what? I need to give myself a little more slack. So I'll just pull out some of those stitches that I had before,
Yep.
and that gives me more room to work with.
Yes, exactly, because it's going to be tight anyway. Anytime you finish a quilt like this, it's going to be a little bit tight.
Yeah.
Suzanne, are you sweating it over there a little
I
bit?
am. I'm thinking, is she going to make me sew that?
Like, you are going to sew this.
Yes.
I need a straight.
Oh, the tables are turned.
I'm going to put it back on. Just
Should we give you even a little bit more room, maybe?
I'm going to have to take my glasses off for this
Let's
one.
give her a little more slack here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Because that gets into a really tight space for sure.
gotta
So it
find
looks
the-
like you've got your needle in the center position.
That's what I need, right?
We're working
Yep.
on
Yeah.
the Brother Stellar too.
Okay, so we got it there. And so we're going to just sew on this diagonal from this corner up here down to this corner. So it's from the raw edges, and your two raw edges are the ones that are kind of left that we're going to cut off.
Yeah, I sometimes think of it as, as a reminder to myself. I say outside corner to outside corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And if you do it outside corner to
Wait, let me see
outside
which
corner,
way
you will not have any
Yep.
seams going ski
No.
Did you say here?
No, right.
Oh, here to this one.
outside
Okay.
to the outside. Yeah.
All right, I have to take my glasses off to do this because I
Okay.
can't see up close.
And I do like to use the guide beam for this.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you've
that's a
got
great
one, because
idea.
then it just sets it.
There we go.
Do we have that on? Well, we sure do.
I did.
Okay.
I jumped over there and turned it on
you
for her.
just do that magically. I love it.
That's her.
You know what?
And
She's
go-
got your back.
And go slow on this.
Okay, where is my foot pedal? Oh, there we go. That
There we
matters.
go. Now, Cheri, what I understand is that you have. Oh, our thread just came undone. Let's try
Yep, it
that
should.
one more time. So while you rethread that,
Okay.
Cheri, I understand that you put together a technique sheet.
We
for
do have a
everyone,
technique
right?
sheet, so it is free, and
Perfect.
you are able to go, and it just walks you through some of those basic steps, like on cutting your bias, on your bias binding, on going slow, using lots of pins, just some of those really general directions, because not only can you do a circle, but like we're doing the strawberry shape.
Sure.
I know some of you remember those scalloped edges.
Yeah.
It's the same way through the circle, and then you would stop and pivot like you do on a regular quilt, and then
Right.
do another half circle, or if you want to do anything like that. So it makes it really easy.
It's nice to have those technique sheets that we can print out and we just put away in a binder or a file, and then you have them ready to go to refer to,
And
right?
it's always like your good pep talk, like, I
Yes.
got this, I can do hard
can do hard
I can
things.
do a circle.
Yes, exactly. And I want you to remember Cheri's face saying this right here. I can do hard things.
I can do hard things.
Exactly. I love that. Yeah. Thank you. Renelle shares in the comments. Great tips. And yeah, these are all really good tips to remember. How are you doing, Suzanne?
That's probably about the worst sewing I've done.
Oh no, I think it looks great. No.
It's just so
It is
tiny.
tight.
So
It
you
is
would cut
tight.
right there. So.
Yeah. No, I think that looks really good. Nice
Yep.
job.
Okay, so
Okay.
we would just cut that off.
My tip on this would be always audition. Make sure you did it correctly
Yes.
before you.
Yes, before
Cut
you
it
cut
off.
it.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we would just take this, we would trim this off right here, and then we would, I wouldn't even press it, guys.
No,
No,
there's
I'm
really
gonna
no
say
need.
no.
Yeah.
So look at
Because it's
that.
such a small piece.
Yep. And we are going to sew from the back again, and
Those three.
And then
Yep.
it's good.
yep.
It's good
That
to
was
go.
a bad cut right there. That was not you, Suzanne. So right there, and then you just would sew that, and it is down, and then you would just flip it over and
And
like
then nobody
that.
knows where it started.
Nope,
That's-
nobody knows where it started,
that's
where it ended,
perfect.
and it would look just like that.
Wow.
Look at
That's
that.
great.
Yeah, that really is not that hard.
No.
You can do this.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. These are great tips, good reminders. Again, if you're interested in the pattern or the kits the kits, you can find it on our website as seen on Three Things Live. But also, this technique sheet can also be found on our website, and that is free for everyone.
Yep.
So wonderful. And I would imagine it's also in the club, so club members, they have access to
may
it
not-
right there.
It will be.
Okay.
Stacy's over at Galas panicking right now.
Oh,
But it might be now because I know we got it last week. But we'll get
all
it
right.
there. We'll get it there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. This was great, you guys. I'm super excited. And, I love strawberries.
I know.
Oh,
We cannot wait
I
to
love
see when you're
strawberries.
going to have those
So,
17
I
hot
know.
pads
No,
done.
I only have 15 left. Now I got yours. So
I'll give you mine.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you. Only 15 left to go. All right,
We'll be
everyone.
checking in.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the last day for this week, so we won't see you tomorrow, but we hope to see you tonight on Comments Sold at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on Facebook, as well as on our app. And if you haven't downloaded the app, that's where it's at.
It is.
Right?
Tap, tap, tap.
We love the app, so make sure and do that. So I'll see you tonight, hopefully, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And again, just keep doing all the things you love. This is just such a wonderful, wonderful hobby and such a positive thing in all of our lives that it's important that we keep doing the things that we love and enjoy so much. And we're so glad to be on the journey with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.